What's happening, everybody? So I just got in. I'm gonna have a nice cup of tea, I think. My new favourite tea. Just got to get my drone controller out. I'll whack that on charge. Which is in my drone bag. It's all good. My drone. All I'm going to do is just stick my drone controller just on charge. Which is that one. Let's have a cup of tea, eh? Where's my favourite tea then? In here. Thai food instant powdered tea. I tell you what, this is lovely. So I'm just getting my breath back a bit. Right, it's time to get my brain back in the game, because people have probably noticed I just feel in his records. Well, the reason I ain't been on here playing my records is because I've been that depressed. Not really Romanian. Hello there. I cannot understand Romanian, but I can see that you said that. Anyway, that's why I've not been on here being my usual chirpy self, guys, because I've been that depressed. But I'm back in the game now. Yeah, well, I think I'm back in the game. Because I'm not prepared to go down anymore, so hang on a minute. What sport? Boxing, football, athletics. What other sports? Not really into UFC. Can you borrow $5? I wish I had that to give you, my friend. Unfortunately, I don't. What do you want $5 for, anyway? Right. Right, I'm just going to put my sugar in, guys. But first of all, we've got to get into this packet, which they always package rather ridiculously. Here we go. QT, Thai food QT. Check this out. You owe your friend. What do you owe your friend for? You're not the only one. I owe quite a bit of money as well, I've got to be honest. We're probably in the same boat, so to speak. That wouldn't surprise me. Anyway. Millwall. I've got a few pals at Millwall. In fact, I've got a few pals that was involved in all the violence and that years ago, all the proper, when it went off proper. I've got a few pals that, like, who are into that. West Ham as well, the ICF. Not that I'm West Ham, or Millwall, but yeah. You got Spurs, haven't you, the Yids? We need to find a money tree. As soon as you find one, mate, send me a seed for that. You're not wrong. Unfortunately, in my country, the MPs are on all the money, and everyone else suffers while the government just roll around in all that money. But I don't know. In fact, I was going to do a little video about the football firms years ago. Not that I've been involved in that. Back in the 80s, I went more. You could either be a football hooligan or you could go out raving. Like, well, it weren't called raving; it was acid house parties. So I went out raving. I went to the acid parties and that, which ironically is what killed all the football hooliganism. The ecstasy. As soon as the E's come out, you had Yids with ICF all cuddling each other. And do you know what I mean? There's still little firms out there, though. They think it's dead today, but it ain't. There's still little firms out there that operate. But obviously, it's a different thing now, isn't it? You go back to the olden days, there was big old firms. Chelsea, like the Headhunters with, what's his name, Mariner and all them lot. Even though Mariner, I think, is a bit more new school. There was ones that went before. Burnley. I support Liverpool. My mother's a Scouser. So that's what. But she was Everton, but I'm Liverpool. But yeah, who else is there? Obviously the ICF, Colton Leach. But then before Colton Leach, you had that old geezer. What's that old geezer? Right, rock hard fella. I forget his name now. But they was called something else before the ICF. Yeah, I think they can all be a bit naughty when they want to. Do you know what I mean? And obviously you go up north, you got Burnley, Leeds. Do you know what I mean? The Leeds. Who was it? What are they called? You got the Soul Crew and all that. Leicester. Obviously, I'm not too clued up on the northern ones because I'm from down here. But yeah, I'm quite. I know about all that. Not that I did it, but my mates was into that. The intercity firm. The old calling cards they used to leave. You being visited by whoever. But yeah. But there's a lot of tasty firms up north. Some of these little places like Middlesbrough, you know what I mean? These places, they you know what I mean? Where football's their life, do you know what I mean? And yeah, some naughty firms up north, that's for sure. Back in the old days, man. Red Army, Man United. My worst enemy, innit? I'm Liverpool, so people say, oh, what are you supporting them for? Sounding like that. It's because my mum was from Liverpool. My dad was from down here. But yeah. You got the Scousers with their Stanleys. My mob. Cutters, yeah. Oh, Everton. That's my mum's team. I could have either been blue or red, see? I think I made the right choice. That's no offence to the Everton supporters out there. I suppose I've got more grievances with the United ones than the Everton ones, but yeah. Crazy, eh? Anyway, what we're doing at the minute, we're just charging up the drone controller. Now I'll charge my phone up once I get off of here, and then we'll be live later. I'm going to take the drone up, fly the drone about. I'll show you my little drone now. And also we're going to be back with some two-tone. Bit of the specials, bit of madness tonight. Yeah. In fact, we'll pencil in the time in a minute. We're going to be live with some madness, specials, all the good stuff. Because we ain't played any music for a while now. And I've got my techniques downstairs set up, so... But... Got a two-tone one already in here, look. Boom, dance craze. Who remembers two-tone? 90s, 2000s. Well, I'm a music channel really, but obviously I do a bit of camping, do a bit of football chat, boxing chat, yeah, just all sorts really. But really, I'm a two-tone channel, but it's all good. Collect two-tone records, probably got, well, I don't know how much value they're worth, but thousands of pounds worth. Yeah. When I was a little boy, little skinhead back in the day, when the two-tone came through, like specials come out, 79. I was only born in 71, but back in my day, all the Herberts used to hang about on the street. You know what I mean? We're street kids. Unlike all these kids today, where they got their heads stuck in the phone and that. We was out on the street running about. I'll tell you what, I loved every minute of it. Obviously, the other youths was a bit older than me, but it was like all the gang from the village was all together. Do you know what I mean? There was a real unity. And to be honest, quite a powerful unit back in the day. We used to have fights with other villages and things. Been in a few of them. Obviously now we're all older, we can look back and talk about it. Yeah. Anyway, I've got my drone controller and that. I'll show you my drone controller, which we got on charge at the moment. And we've got my drone. Got my drone here, which we'll take up, all licensed. I'll tell you what, I've got to sit my arse down because traipsing around that town. God, they were the good old days, man. Good old days when you could say something and nobody gives a toss, you know what I mean? Now you say something, everybody's offended. But back in my day, people said what they wanted. You either listened to it or you didn't, do you know what I mean? But obviously now, it's all, everyone's got to be politically correct and all that bollocks. And to be honest, I think there was more. There's so many divisions now and divides. Everybody's, do you know what I mean? You look at the immigration and all that. Do you know what I mean? All them bods in the hotels, which I don't agree with, by the way. It's all right for the government to fund all them bods in the hotels coming across on the boat into Kent, but they can't fund the old age pensioners or disabled people. Do you know what I mean? But they fund every other fucker that weren't born here. That's no disrespect to the original people that come here. God, donated £1,000. I wish. Anyway, where's me bottle of drink? So I had a couple of light hours last night. I don't normally drink. I had a couple of light hours and I'm still a bit wobbly, to be honest, but it's all good. In fact, I've still got a few tins somewhere. Alright. Let's sit my arse down and have a roll up, I think. Because them vapes don't really do it for me. But yeah, the good old days, man. The good old days. I can remember the punks and all that, do you know what I mean? In our group, they was all skinheads and rude boys in our little gang. But there's a few mods in there. Not that I'm not really into mod music. I'm more into rude boy music, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Cheers, mate. Thank you, soul boy. Nice one. And to be honest, back in the day, and still now with your little firms and that, let me get out that light, with the little firms running about, at the end of the day, they didn't touch straight leggers, you know what I mean? If you had a scarf now, and people weren't going to touch you, they just fought other crews, you know what I mean? Other mobs. That's what it was. Yeah, crazy, eh? Do you remember the old McIntyre undercover, where they caught the Chelsea Mariner? Where that geezer infiltrated the headhunters. How they didn't spot him, I don't know, but I don't know. Crazy, eh? The Chelsea headhunters, the intercity firm, and obviously you got all your northern clubs. your Leicesters, you know what I mean? You're up in the Midlands and that, your Birmingham, the Zulus, you know what I mean? Let's not forget the Zulus. Is it Baz? Baz the Zulu man. Do you know what I mean? You got all them firms. And your tastiest little firms, from what I've been told by the people that was there, were your little places you wouldn't think would have a good firm. But because they got nothing else, because they had nothing else in life, and they were down fucking trodden, do you know what I mean? You got to remember Margaret Thatcher and all the fucking shit she did. They had nothing else to fight for. They was fighting for their turf, do you know what I mean? Because that's what it is at the end of the day. Your villa, I'm with you. Yeah, man, one-eyed Baz, that's it. Yeah, them geezers was the proper geezers, weren't they? The original crews. I'm trying to think of that ICF. Well, it weren't ICF. It was called something else then. Before fucking, what's his name? Got hold of it. What's his name? I forget his name now. But he went into the secure. I used to go to raves. I'm connected with a rave called Genesis, and that's what Carlton Leach went into, was security of the raves, and I was obviously out raving. But no, I never had no problem with them, but I weren't causing any problems, you know what I mean? But yeah, crazy, eh? The good old days, man, when no one gave a shit and people just got on with it. But yeah, I think what it was the was I a hooligan? Probably. I've probably been known as a bit of an hooligan in my time. Bit of a criminal, you know what I mean? Cheers, mate. Thank you. Thank you for everybody supporting me. Yeah. In fact, obviously there's quite a few. Terry Turbo, you know that, don't you? You know that, yeah? Garage Nation and all that old business. But yeah, it's crazy, really, when you look back. And it's sad now, when you look at today, you know what I mean? What shit life we're all living. I think people was a lot happier back in the days. There weren't so much division. Do you know what I mean? It's very sad, busy, Slim. It is, mate. Yeah, you ain't wrong. Sad times, isn't it? But I love it all, man. I love it all. I've got a lot of pals that was running with these firms. I've got a lot of pals that still go, do you know what I mean? But obviously things have changed now a little bit. But there's still firms out there. There's still firms out there having little rows, do you know what I mean? But it's just not as big as where it was. Obviously back in the day, there weren't all these cameras everywhere, do you know what I mean? You'd have one firm belling up another one. Well, where are you boys? Well, we're down here. And it's game on, do you know what I mean? Whereas now, you smoke crack every day. That's not good. Good film, man, that. So I'm squinting because I ain't got my glasses on, people. Yeah, man, good film. The Warriors. Fucking. And the Wanderers, eh? Down on the old train lines, fucking boom, let's have it. Do you know what I mean? That are classic films, man. Classic films. It allows you to forget the wife. You needed a divorce, brother. You don't need a crack pipe. You needed a divorce. Anyway, I'm going to have a quick sip of my tea when we can find it. I've left my tea up there, look. Fucking. Yeah, anyway. And obviously back in the day, there weren't so much division with the immigrants, do you know what I mean? It wasn't a big thing. But obviously things have changed now. I don't know if you've seen the videos of the hotels, they're all being put in, and do you know what I mean? Dr. Pepper? Well, I did have a bottle, but I finished that on the bus. Yeah. It's just sad how this country's gone, man. It's gone down the pan. It's got to the point where the government's funding everybody else by their own people. Do you know what I mean? Cup of Rosie Lee. You don't have any sugar anymore. Honey in it. That's good for you, honey, actually. I used to put that in my hot chocolate. yeah, you get them. I'm trying to think of that West Ham fella, right old fella, but he was a rock hard geezer. This was before the ICF. I can't think of his name. What's his name, man? But they were the real hard people. Nice one. Alright, let's get me a cup of tea. I've got to get off here in a minute, but I'll be back. I'll be back at some point. Just got to charge the phone. And then we'll be out with a drone. We'll have a little fly about, walk about, see what's going on. Hello, mate. How you doing? Out to Brian there. Out to everybody. Yeah, what a crazy world we're living in, eh? And before someone pops up and goes, what, immigration? I mean, I ain't got a problem with people that are coming into our country, that are filling in the paperwork and coming in properly. I've got a problem with all these lot coming across into Kent, where I was born, where I'm from. They come in here and just are getting it all, mate. In bed with insomnia. Been there a few times. Send them back. I totally agree with it. If they ain't got the paperwork and they're illegal, which all these are, they shouldn't even be coming in here, mate. But obviously the government, there's something funny going on, basically. Bad manners, man. Buster. Blood vessel. I've got Irish blood from the south. My mother's got an Irish first name and surname. I'm English, Irish and Spanish. That sounds good, man, that. In fact, bad manners, if you look on I go and see the Beat quite a bit. And the Selector, if you search right back on my vids, you'll see me live at the Beat concert. I go do quite a few two-tone related things. In fact, we're going to be going to Coventry this year to the two-tone village. We're going to be putting a drone up. We're going to be trying to interview a couple of people, obviously with a two-tone related channel. Oh, I've missed loads of them there. Hang on, I'll catch up on the... You're from the southeast there? Ah, yeah, you're the same as me, kind of, a little bit then. Yeah. English, but with Irish blood. That's why I'm not into Britain. I don't class myself as British, really. I'm English, you know what I mean? It's a completely different thing. What's my favourite sex position? Bottom or on top, look, someone's asking now. Never you mind. Crazy, eh? Probably another troll, but trolls are welcome. Trolls are welcome, but it's all good for the algorithm. I don't know, people. Got that bloody light shining in. Anyway, I'll show you my drone. Here's my drone. We'll undo the drone. I'll show you my drone. All licensed and legal. There's my drone, that. Battery in. That's my drone. And I have to have this little green light on it to make it legal in the dark. I'll show you this little light. I've got this little green light. If I can find it. In my drone bag. There it is. I've got this little drone light, which I have to basically have on green. I'll show you this a bit better close up. Now, I've never been arrested for them kind of crimes, I'm afraid, mate. Oh, these drones are wicked. Honestly, these drones are really good. What you can do with them. You're better off getting a little drone because you can do more with a little drone. Basically, because this is under... Basically, any drone now, which is 100 grams or more with a camera, you got to do the test. But the test is basically common sense, man. There's my drone. I'm a class 0. I'll show you my little... That's my little drone strobe. And this drone cost me about 100 notes, down from 200. It's all got GPS. Got a camera, a 4K camera on the front. Anyway. Hello, George. How you doing? Anyway. Yeah, they're good little things, man. Basically, all you got to do, you got to get a flyer ID and an operator ID. Gonna spy on my neighbours. You can do legally if you wanted to. Not that they can do about it. Not that I'm really into that. But yeah, you can go up 120 metres. Obviously, you can be a bit naughty, go a bit more if you want to. Then you'd be breaking the law. But yeah, fly this up to 120. To be honest, 120 metres is high enough. With a little drone, under 250 grams, and this is about 219. With a little drone, you're class 0, so you can fly over people. You can fly over people that have got nothing to do with your video. I can fly over buildings and houses as close as I want. But obviously, the bigger, as you go up in the drone size, the less freedom you get. The only thing I can't go over are big crowds that can't get out of the way. Have I still got the docks and the James jacket? What are you on about there then? Oh, James Bond? I don't know what... Soulboy, I don't know what you mean there. Anyway, yeah, you get a flyer ID, which I've got on now. That's for the drone. That basically puts the legal responsibility on me. And the reason they've done this now is so you can't crash your drone, cause a problem, and then come back and say, oh, you just crashed your drone. And then you can't say, well, I don't know fuck all about drones. You know what I mean? I just got it out of the box and went. You can't do that now because you've sat the test. James Bond's brother. Yeah, I got a few nice, I wear Fred Perry, as you can see. I'll show you a couple of bits of my clothes. I've got some nice, like, obviously the football crew will know what I'm on about. Obviously you got your different makes, and I quite like the fashion. Do you know what I mean? I quite like the fashion. Obviously in my days it was Fred Perry's Black State Press and all that old malarkey. But yeah. Yeah, quite into the little gadgets and that, do you know what I mean? Also got me radios as well, my CB, well that's another video, but yeah, we get on the radio a bit. But I'll show you some of my clobber. Stone Island, yeah, that's all the hooligan firm, isn't it? All the hooligan stuff. I'm into the Fred Perry. I've got this. Obviously, I've got my Fred Perry jumper, which I've got to say, this sweatshirt is the warmest jumper I've ever owned. But you got me Fred Perry top here, look, I'll show you. Got this shirt, which I really like. I've also got me Fred Perry jacket, which is just the bollocks, man. I just love that. Sergio Titini, yeah, man. My mate had a pair of trainers by then, but this I really like, man. Costs a lot of money though, but it does last, and obviously what I'm into. I've also got, yeah, it is. Also got a nice little jacket here. That ain't Fred Perry though, but that's me little kind of Harrington kind of jacket. I've also got a really nice, cheers man. I've also got a really nice Fred Perry shirt, which is here, my white one, probably my favourite. What I wear to all the beat concerts and all my rude boy things. That one. Burberry. My old man had a nice Burberry jacket. Show us your fridge. Anyway. What else we got? Got a lot of checkered shirts. Obviously, your skinhead checkered shirts. We got your little checkered ones like this, which I really like. This one. This is another one of my favourite shirts. Little check one. Ben Sherman. Yeah, make some lovely shirts, man. Got this one. Got quite a few of them. I would say I'm really into me Fred Perry stuff. Obviously, that's the main thing that was on the street when I was a nipper. Dr. Martin boots and all that. Anyway, yeah, that's that. I suppose my favourite bit of kit is that, my jacket. That's my favourite bit of kit. Quite often go to the Fred Perry shop. I quite often go up London and I'll do a live video. I'll go in the Fred Perry shop up there. Yeah. Fucking, and it does last a long time. Do you know what I mean? It costs a lot of dough though. It costs a lot of dough, but that's all good. Let the trolls roll on. I often have trolls pop up, man. Don't bother me, man. I grew up out there on the street. How's a troll going to bother me? Fucking crazy, eh? Oh yeah, mate, you go and have a look at a pair of Dr. Martin shoes or something now, bruv. You're talking fucking wedges. Wedges. Even for this kind of clobber that we're looking at here. You're talking quite a bit of money, do you know what I mean? Just for a shirt, but it does last. They do last. Yeah. But the prices are, like, you got your Fred Perry little t-shirts. I ain't got none of them, but I look at some of them. Yeah, very expensive now. But yeah, crazy, eh? Where in the world am I? I'm in Kent. West Kent. Royal West Kent. The Garden of England. I'm about 40 miles southeast of London. Yeah, that's where I am. You wait till you see all my two-tone records later. You buy cheap shirts because they get ripped up. Are you getting in a lot of what are you having, some fights there or something then? Medway, yeah, that's up the road from me. I've got a lot of pals from there. Done a bit of prison in my time as well. Done young offenders and all that old business. I'm not, well, I say I'm not a criminal now. I still might indulge in something here and there, do you know what I mean? But it's all good. You're 32? I'm 55 in September. Tony, that rings a bell. I'm familiar with all the rave DJs and all the The specials, they're just the dog's bollocks, mate, the specials. Really. Gangsters. You wait till I get me techniques on later. I'll show you it now, I'll just show you my techniques. Which is just downstairs. I've got two techniques, old school ones, but I've got to get another stylist for the other one. But we'll go down in the front room and I'll show you. Probably got, well, I don't know what's on the deck now, but I think got me techniques there. What we got on the deck, man? Rat race. That's a classic there. That is a classic. My favourite ones, man. We got here the specials there. Got me mixer there. We got all this stuff there. But yeah. We'll be back later playing some records. In fact, I'll set a time now, say 7 o'clock. I'll be live at 7 o'clock with some two-tone. I've got Madness. What we got? We got Madness, we got the beat, we got Selector. Too much pressure. Yeah. 7 o'clock, we'll be live with some tunes and we'll bang out some proper two-tone. We'll start right at the beginning with Gangsters, man. Which is what it all started with. Obviously, two-tone is a mixture of ska, punk and reggae. Sort of dwindled together. But yep, 7 PM. We'll bang out some tunes. I'll show you, I've got big bags of records. Literally bags of records. People that have seen me collection and know anyway what we got. We got the beat. This is all the beat. I've got Madness. So I'm decorating in here as well. So there's stuff everywhere. Got the UB40 as well. Quite a UB40 fan. Got Dance Craze up here. Check this out. We've got the Dance Craze deluxe box set. So we got here, look, Bad Manners, The Beat, The Body Snatchers, Madness, The Selector, and the specials. Back in the good old days, man. Dance Craze. Yeah, mate. Same as The Beat from Birmingham. In fact, UB40, before they all got big and that, they used to play with The Beat. Do rock steady, indeed. Indeed. Hello there, mate. Barbados there. Hello, sir. But yeah, great bands. Got me see. I'll just show you these CDs, which I've also got on vinyl. You got Dance Craze there. You got a Rico there on the two-tone. Cheers everybody for subscribing. Nice one. Much appreciated. It's glad to have people on here that know the music, because I am a music channel, really. More specials, man. Yes, you know that's a good one. I've got all these on vinyl as well. Yeah. Enjoy yourself. Boom. We've got another Rico. We've got the Selector. Too Much Pressure. Absolutely wicked album, man. Yeah, R.I.P. to all them people that ain't here no more, innit? Terry Hall. One like the Terry Hall, eh? Boom, there we go, look, specials. But yeah, when this come out, 1979, I was just a little young lad. I was born in 71. And this swept through my fucking village like fucking wildflower, this music. Just like it did yours. But yeah, we got... That's me mum. My mum made music, you see. My mum was a famous singer in the 1950s, but you was at the funeral. That must be a very sad time. Got this R2 tone. Got that on vinyl as well. And we've got a special AKA in the studio. I've got an original copy of that on vinyl. Plus I've got the... yeah, mate. Weather, the Jam. You on about the Jam? Not really a Jam man, but I do like a couple of... In the City and all that. I like a couple of their tunes. Town Called Madness. Yeah. The AKA. What a band, eh? But yeah. Not forgetting Madness. I'll just show you this Madness box set I got. Check this out. This is Madness. That's a record there. And we should also have the Terry Hall tribute, right? Which I'll play tonight, guys. And it's basically Madness. Madness's tribute to Terry. If we go through the pages, I'll show you this here. Look. Friday night, Saturday morning. Right? And this is dedicated to the memory of Terry Hall. And this is Madness's tribute, which is Suggs and Madness singing Friday night, Saturday morning. And I've got to say, this is the bollocks. It's a flexi disc. But that is absolutely wicked. But that's Madness. We've got all the Madness albums. One Step Beyond. What else is there? One Step Beyond. Madness 7. Got them all. What do I call? I've got Madness. I've got the specials. I've got the selector. I've got a Bad Manners album on white vinyl. Got a lot of limited edition two-time records that have come out over the time, over the years. This is good. This was made on stiff. This is the bollock, the Israelites, man. Desmond Decker, and this is on a 10-inch vinyl. And this is the Israelites, as you've never heard it before. A right fucking rude boy stompy version of that. Who was the original rude boys, really? All them fellas. You're a soul boy. Oh, right. All that Northern Soul and all that. I'll tell you what, I do watch, obviously, I'm into two-tone, but I do watch other videos with the Northern Soul and that. And the way they dance about all night, man. I don't know how much amphet they're on, but they must be on a few grams, running around like that all night. But I love it. The way they dance and slide about. Do you know what I mean? It's proper crazy. But I believe they was all on the speed. Do you know what I mean? Why not? Yeah, Wigan and all that. And that's not even my thing, man. But I know about it. Do you know what I mean? I know about other genres of music. But yeah, 7 o'clock we'll be... Got the ice cream man out there, look, in fucking winter. Is he on acid or something? Got the ice cream man out there. Who wants an ice cream in this weather? But yeah, there's me mum. And this is a record my mum made in the 50s. My mum made records as well. And my mum's up back there. Acid Speed and the old Bolivian marching powder. Crazy, eh? The good old times, man. The good old times. That's what they were. Fucking. Cheers, everyone. Got a lot of music people coming in here. Got me beat mug, look. I just can't stop it. We'll be spinning that tonight, the beat. I just can't. Mirror in the Bathroom. What a tune that is. Rankin Roger. May he rest in peace. But yeah, I'll show you my mum's album cover down here. Yeah, my mum was a bit of a famous rock and roll star in the 50s. My mum was on the first ever music programmes to ever sort of be ever on TV. If you look up the Vernon's Girls of Liverpool, they're all Scousers, my mum's one of them. In fact, my mum was one of the senior ones of them. I'll show you that now. A couple of records my mum made, but on the wall here we got, hang on, basically got the Vernon's Girls there. That's on parlophone, and my mum's at the back there. Got the beat. Got a lot of memorabilia as well. And there's my mum in the 50s, which is probably where I get my sort of love for music. Plus, having ADHD, I'm quite focused into it. But yeah, it's all music. I got a big UB40. UB40 was my first collection, man. I went to see them in about 1986, 87. Cheers, thank you. I went to see the Rat in the Kitchen tour in London, and it was amazing. Obviously, UB40 now have all split up, and it's all a bit moody. Do you know what I mean? But I'm glad that I see UB40 in there when they were proper. Do you know what I mean? And I've got to say, I went to the Beats Rankin Roger Memorial concert, which was in Birmingham, and I've got to say, the people of Birmingham, right? You can't beat them, man. You can't beat. I'm an outsider. Do you know what I mean? I'm coming into Birmingham speaking like I do, and they were lovely. I've got to say, people of Birmingham, lovely. Crazy. But yeah, really enjoyed that up there. Went up to Birmingham, stayed a few weeks in a hotel. Well, a few days, about 4 days I stayed. Bought a few records, went around Birmingham, and then went to the concert. The Zulus, but yeah, the Birmingham Zulus. Yeah, mate, they're lovely people. Do you know what I mean? I'll get on with anyone, really, until they want to get whatever, and then I'll get whatever. Do you know what I mean? But they were lovely people up there. I've got to say, thoroughly enjoyed myself. Good breed of people, simple as that. They were quite impressed with me, the fact I'd come all the way for the Rankin Roger concert. But to be honest with you, I loved the beat. Stand Down Margaret. All them tunes, man. Mirror in the Bathroom. Classics. Got a lot of 12 inches here by the beat as well. Probably got 30, 12 inches by the beat. Which will all be sold one day, I have to say, because it's my little pension plan. But yeah, that's my first big collection. Twist and Shout. Indeed, indeed. Proper tune. Twist and Crawl. Proper tune, yeah. The B-side of... what's the other one? I've got two 12 inches. I can't think now. Cheers, mate. Manners cost nothing, do they? Do you know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. I talk to anybody, it talks to me. Basically. But yeah, what's that? I'm trying to think of a beat tune. And it's my favourite beat tune, and I can't think of it. It's because I've got all these people on here, man. We're talking fashion, music, all sorts. My battery must be fucking mullered. Yeah, we're down to 30%. Here we go. Hands off, she's mine. Boom. You've hit it on the head, mate. You hit it on the head. Tristan Call was the B-side of that. Yeah. What a tune. I got that. We'll be spinning that tonight at 7. In fact, I'll have to get off here soon so we can... I've got to beat another album. That's signed by Ranking Roger, that one. That's What Happened. I've got a lot of stuff that's signed by Ranking Roger. I've got the What Happened album, even with the postcard, which is... Thank you for everybody for subscribing. Nice one. Yeah, got a bit of rave music as well. Bit of acid house. Yeah, that's a classic. I could sit here all day till my battery goes flat, showing me records. But yeah, we got Madness. We got them all. This is a good one. Here we go, Love. Boom, by the beat. Bosh, have some of that. That's a good one. Double album, that one. But we got everything. What we got here? Look. Can't Get Used to Losing You. The remix, 12-inch. Yeah, loads of vinyl. Specials. Yeah, we got specials. One here. We got Encore by the Specials. And if you want to go right back in time, we got the Coventry Automatics, man. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. You got the Coventry Automatics, which was the Specials before the Specials, and they were a reggae band back then. And we got my favourite Specials album, which is Live at the Moonlight Club, which is just an absolute fucking killer. It really is. That is a fucking killer LP. And on here you got It's Up to You, Do the Dog, Monkey Man, Blank Expression, Nightclub, and here you go, look, Concrete Jungle, Too Hot, Too Much Too Young, just all the good ones. I've got two Coventry Automatics albums. We got the Fun Boy 3. Who remembers the Fun Boy 3? And this is what happened after the Specials split up. You obviously had members of the Specials with Terry Hall. We've got the Specials singles on vinyl. I've got an original copy of that and a repress. And we got some of my little favourites, which are the little 10-inch two-tone records, which is just the bollocks, man. And that's Ghost Town. See there, two-tone, not for resale. These 10-inch ones are limited. But yeah, it's all good. Anyway, I'm going to jump off, guys, because I've got about 27%. But it's been lovely talking to everyone about the fashion, the music, and everything else, really. I'm going to love you all and leave you all, because I've got to charge my phone, otherwise we'll never do a live set on 20%. So I've got to charge my phone up. I'll be back at 7 o'clock. Don't forget to subscribe, guys and girls. In fact, my channel's we've just gone over 1,000. We're about 1,060 odd now. So, but yeah, I'm quite pleased with the way my channel's gone. Which are these music channels are the hardest ones to make work as well. But I'm getting there, man. It's because I've never given up on it. Yeah, 7 o'clock, everybody. We'll be live and direct, straight from downstairs. We'll be banging out the two-tone, banging out some madness, banging out some specials, bit of bad manners, yeah, and all that stuff, really. Anyway, till the next time, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you all for watching. Without you lot out there, I wouldn't be here, do you know what I mean? And what we have to do, We got to thank Rankin Roger out of the beat, because it's him that he's made me start this channel. I can remember sitting here with like 100 subscribers, and 1,000 subscribers was just, am we ever going to get there? But we got there in the end. Yeah. And there's so many people. I've had young people come in as well that have never experienced two-tone, that absolutely love it. So I sort of educate people as well about two-tone and about madness and the specials and all of that. Which is one of my favourite parts, actually, when I get someone come in that says, what's that music? Do you know what I mean? From another country. So I sort of clue them up to what it is. Yeah. Our unique two-tone style. Which, like I said before, is a combination of ska, reggae and punk all blended. Blended in. But anyway, I'll catch you all later, people. Whatever you're doing, and have a great afternoon.